Trump gives Hamas a high noon ultimatum, and the Gulf fills with liberal tears. Here's the top 5 reasons Trump is trending today.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat babies in our air.
All right, number 1 reason Trump is trending today, he offers an ultimatum to Hamas, who's continuing to hold hostages, back with this ceasefire deal where they were supposed to release all the hostages, which have not been released yet. Donald Trump says, I'll give you until Saturday, 12 noon, release all of the hostages or all hell is going to break loose. He thinks the ceasefire should be broken and Hamas should be obliterated. He says, we don't want any drips and drabs. Release a couple here, release a couple there. Release all the hostages or all bets are off and all hell is going to break loose. This is the type of attitude I think you have to, the type of muscle you need to use with Hamas, who continues to hold on to these hostages, not holding up to their end of the bargain. We already know Donald Trump has staked a claim there in the Middle East, saying the U.S. is going to take over the Gaza Strip. We are going to clean it out. We're going to clean it up. We're going to rebuild it there. Now he is telling Hamas, you got until high noon, release the hostages or else. And Donald Trump is not the one that I would try to test to see exactly what he's going to do. So it's now your move, Hamas, and I would choose very wisely and very carefully about how you proceed and try to test President Donald Trump, especially this early on in his second term. Number 2 reason Trump is trending today, Google makes it official. If you updated your Google app, you've seen it. It is now the Gulf of America, officially on all Google apps, and it will soon be up on the Apple app, but right now it's already there. The Gulf of America is currently filled with liberal tears. Now, there was a missed opportunity there. They could have named it the Gulf of Liberal Tears, would have been nice. But also, Google updated their calendar, so now you don't have any more of these celebratory months. We don't have any more Pride Month or Black History Month or any of that stuff in the Google calendar. They updated the calendar to get rid of all of that. And so now you have the Gulf of America, formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico. Just think of it as a transition, right? It's formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico. Do not refer to it now as the Gulf of Mexico, because that would be what we call dead naming. So you don't want to get caught doing that. Use the proper term. It's now the Gulf of America, and I couldn't love it anymore. Number 3 reason Trump is trending today, he signs the executive order banning paper straws because paper straws suck, or I should say they don't suck, and that's why he is getting rid of them. He signed the executive order today, reversing a previous policy set forth by President Joe Biden to phase out plastic straws in federal food service settings. The new order mandates a return to the use of plastic straws, citing the inefficiency of paper alternatives. Trump's decision has sparked a variety of reactions, reflecting the broader political and environmental debates over single-use plastics. You guys have heard my opinion on this. I think the paper straws are absolutely retarded. They don't work. You get halfway through the drink, all of a sudden you're drinking a paper straw soup. I think it's a common sense to go back to the plastic straws. You're not saving the environment. As I said, you go to everything else that you get comes in plastic, and then you get a paper straw. There's zero logic into what they're doing with this thing. Then again, we're talking about liberal logic here, which never makes any sense. Number 4 reason Trump is trending today, he has fired the board of visitors at the military academies, posting up on Truth Social today. Our service academies have been infiltrated by woke leftist ideologues over the last 4 years. I have ordered the immediate dismissal of the board of visitors for the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard. We will have the strongest military in history, and that begins by appointing new individuals to these boards. We must make the military academies great again. Pete Hegseth backed up the president on this. He retweeted that post from the president. We know that Pete is focused on lethality in the military. We know that is exactly what President Donald Trump wants, and it is very refreshing to hear about this. We know that Pete Hegseth also just got rid of the gender studies classes at these military academies. All this woke nonsense being pushed out the door. We want people that are going to be in here to take out the enemy. And that is exactly what is happening. Number 5 reason Trump is trending today, the FBI has discovered thousands of formerly undisclosed records related to the JFK assassination. President Donald Trump signed the executive order a few weeks ago there to release all of the information, all the files. Well, now they're finding more files that apparently were not handed in, were not reviewed by this Warren Commission. A lot of stuff is going to be coming out. This is one of, the most exciting pieces of political history, or just history in general, where so many people have spent thousands of man-hours dissecting the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, documentaries, books by the mile. So much has been dedicated to this one subject. It's a conspiracy theory's dream. Who was it? Multiple shooters, the grassy knoll, the umbrella man, CIA, Israel's involvement, Lyndon B. Johnson did it. Everybody wants to get the truth about what happened on that fateful day to President John F. Kennedy. And now, as we see more and more documents, we're getting closer to that truth. I truly believe that we are going to finally figure out the missing pieces to this puzzle, all made possible by President Donald Trump, who also had signed that executive order to release the documents for RFK's assassination as well as MLK Jr.'s. So we're going to get a lot of these pieces, and a lot of people do not want this stuff to come out. That is why it's been stepped on for so long. Same thing as you see the protesting against the USAID and the Doge and all that stuff. People don't want this stuff to come to light because they're in on it and they're covering it up. So we're going to get to the bottom of the JFK stuff. That's what I got. If you guys enjoy these breakdowns, please subscribe to the podcast so you can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat, babies in our air.